gas price relief.
Yeah, they have dropped, but they're going to rise back up if this turns out to be a mirage.
But will the U.S.-Iran peace deal go through? Backlash continues at a home linked to child exploitation charges. And changes for public health inspectors.
They are being presented with an unacceptable choice. Accept less or leave their jobs.
With concerns it could leave the public vulnerable.
CTV Calgary, local breaking news with Alicia Fieldburn.
Hello and thank you for joining us. News of a potential ceasefire deal between the U.S. and Iran is already lowering gas prices here in Alberta. We could see prices fall even further as the provincial fuel tax will fall off in the coming weeks. But as Tyson Fedor warns, things could still take a drastic turn.
Gas prices in Calgary are starting to come down.
We live in the richest province of Canada, and so therefore, $1.44 is still too high.
When it was way up there, it was over $100 to fill up the tank, so that's a bit much.
A deal not yet signed by the U.S. and Iran has seen oil prices react and gas prices slowly start to fall. Many stations in Calgary saw prices around $1.44 to $1.55 per liter on Monday.
I don't know if it's a real deal.
The impact of the ceasefire in the Middle East and the anticipated reopening of the Strait of Hormuz will have an impact in the short term for consumers here in Alberta.
Globally, inventories have been drawn down to their very lowest limits, oil inventories, that is. So it will take some time to get oil prices back down.
Political watchers caution, though, that deals such as this have fallen through before.
Even though we are obviously self-sufficient, more than self-sufficient, our entire economy is based on the export. Look at what consumers are paying. And so, yeah, they have dropped, but they're going to rise back up if this turns out to be a mirage.
Prices are expected to continue falling, and Alberta is expected to drop its portion of the fuel tax at the pumps come July the 1st, which is equal to 13 cents a litre. That's because oil remained above $90 per barrel for 20 trading days leading up to the middle of the month as we head into the second quarter.
The provincial government certainly benefited from the uptick in oil prices. There's no question about it, as has anybody who's been exporting oil. But I think the other piece is, from an inflationary standpoint, I think we have to be relieved because inflation does harm economic growth.
With just 2 weeks remaining before Alberta is set to submit a pipeline proposal to the Major Projects Office, the Premier suggested it's been difficult finding a proponent.
The reason no one is stepping up saying, hey, pick me, is because the governments have created so much uncertainty over the last 10 years and so much cost that nobody's willing to partner until they know it's a sure thing.
She called on government to work with industry so the private sector will see it as a partnership and take the risk. Tyson Fedor, CTV News, Calgary.
Last week, Alberta's energy minister told reporters a Fortune 500 company could step up to fund the entire pipeline project. Medicine Hat police responded to a serious incident involving a child at Echodale Park this afternoon. Officers arrived to investigate a missing child. About an hour later, the child was found and taken to hospital by emergency medical services. The family of the 11-year-old child have been notified, and the circumstances surrounding the incident are under investigation. Police say their thoughts are with the child's family and classmates. A 4-year-old girl has died after she was hit by an SUV in Edmonton. It happened Sunday when the girl was walking with her mother in a parking lot in the West End. She broke free from her mom, ran into the street, and was hit by a Jeep. Bystanders performed first aid and the girl was taken to hospital but died of her injuries. The 23-year-old driver stayed at the scene. Police say neither speed nor impairment were factors in the crash. Vandalism continues at an Okotoks home connected to a child exploitation investigation. The home has been spray painted, egged, and its windows smashed. Neighbors say 35-year-old Corey Earhart used to live there, but doesn't anymore. He's charged with possessing and accessing child sexual exploitation materials after an investigation uncovered more than 500,000 images and videos on devices seized from his home. Earlier this month, police put out a statement urging people not to take matters into their own hands. Earhart is scheduled to appear in Okotoks Court in August. Calgary police have released photos of 2 people believed to be connected to a series of extortions targeting the city's South Asian community. Police believe these 2 people damaged 3 parked vehicles, Friday around 5 a.m. Now, the vehicles were parked in the 300 block of Skyview Parkway Northeast. That's the same area of an extortion-related shooting on March 4th. In the vandalism incident, police are searching for 2 suspects and a gray Ford Expedition. Anyone with information is asked to contact police or submit an anonymous tip to Crime Stoppers. Work on the Bearspaw South Feeder Main looks to be on track and on budget, according to the city. Moses Waldo reports.
The city has made some noticeable progress for the Bearspaw South Feeder Main. Micro-tunneling and installation of a concrete carrier pipe is now at 51% and 55% respectively.
As of this week, the Stage A project is halfway completed.
The concrete carrier will be lined with a steel pipe. Sections of the steel are expected to start arriving in Calgary over the coming weeks and will be installed as it comes in.
Progress is going as expected. We're on schedule, we're on budget. Safety has been very good. It's going to plan.
It's encouraging news as other construction along 33rd Avenue between 77th and 83rd Street has been completed. But there's more to do, including along 34th Avenue. Water is being rerouted with hoses running along neighboring lawns, but residents are making the most of it.
My grandson thinks it's amazing because now he plays the ground is lava, so he just walks along the pipe and the boards. So
even some enjoying the new speed bumps, deterring lead-footed drivers.
I mean, the speeding down here is just outrageous, especially with the playground zone here and the stop sign that no one stops at. So for us, the traffic calming almost seems like a benefit.
Some making a game of it, others a bit frustrated. Raman Verma owns a construction company building a duplex on 34th Avenue.
We will delay our project almost a month because we are expecting in the September we will finish this project. Maybe it will more than 1 month or month expecting delay.
The city says there are a number of key factors to the construction being on time and on budget.
They've done a ton of planning to make sure that they were ready for elements that would come up, and they are really committed. They're very much focused on quality, safety, and schedule.
The project is expected to be completed by the end of the year. Moses Boldu, CTV News, Calgary.
Health inspectors in Alberta checked everything from restaurants and daycares to drinking water, swimming pools, and the safety of rental apartments. They say a government plan to move them out of Alberta Health Services and into another government department could put all of that at risk. Kevin Green explains.
The province is moving all 336 public health inspectors out of Alberta Health Services and into a new government department. On her weekend radio show, Premier Danielle Smith suggested the transfer is largely about reorganizing services.
The intention is for it to be a lift into the other department, and there wasn't an intention to reduce the numbers because we know we need them, or to centralize because there are health inspections that need to be done all over this province.
Inspectors say they'll first receive layoff notices from AHS, then be offered new jobs with the government of Alberta. The union that will represent them says there's no guarantee those jobs will be in the same city or town where they currently work.
It's hardly a lift when you're going to be given a layoff notice and then a job offer that you may or may not be able to take.
In a statement to CTV News, a spokesperson for the Ministry of Primary and Preventative Health Services said there will be no layoffs and no centralization as a result of this transition. Public health inspectors will continue serving communities across Alberta, and our goal is to ensure affected employees are treated fairly and respectfully throughout the process while maintaining uninterrupted public health services that Albertans rely on. Inspectors say they don't believe those assurances. They point to wording in a recent letter of understanding that says employees will receive conditional offers of employment and that to the extent possible, they will be offered positions in the city where they currently work. Inspectors say those phrases leave too much uncertainty about future jobs, work conditions, and pay. They will also switch from the Health Sciences Association of Alberta to the Alberta Union of Provincial Employees and say their hours will be reduced.
That will result in 130 less working hours per day, and that's the equivalent of 18 full-time inspectors. So that's like knocking out an entire team overnight.
Inspectors say fewer hours could mean fewer inspections and longer waits for the services they provide. Kevin Green, CTV News, Calgary.
The province is increasing funding for foster parents and other caregivers. The government has already increased by 2% to cover day-to-day costs for food, clothing, and personal care. Now it's adding a payment for people who are applying to care for someone. They'll receive $1,500, some of which they'll receive after undergoing training, the rest once they're fully licensed. There are nearly 8,000 homes in Alberta that provide kinship care, foster care, or are permanent homes through adoption or private guardianship. 4 NDP MLAs, including 3 long-serving members, will not be seeking re-election in 2027. Calgary Buffalo MLA Joe Ceci, along with Edmonton's MLAs Laurie Sigurdsson and Marlon Schmidt, were all elected in 2015 alongside Rachel Notley's government. All 3 served in Notley's cabinet. Calgary varsity MLA Luann Metz is also retiring after 1 term. Current NDP leader Naheed Nenshi thanked them for their service. A Calgary philanthropist and former member of the Flames ownership group has passed away. Alvin Libin was a proud Calgarian with interests in real estate, oil and gas, and financial services. He established the Alvin and Mona Libin Foundation, which helped fund cardiovascular research and care from Saskatchewan to southern Alberta and eastern BC. Alvin Libin was 95.
Well, today was quite a nice day. Tomorrow will be very active in comparison to today. So let's get started here because lots of details to give you. 14 degrees at 8 a.m., so a warm start to the day with a mix of sun and cloud. The clouds, though, will increase throughout the morning as the system approaches. It looks like arrival time for Calgary is around 1 in the afternoon, and that's when we'll get some showers, even embedded thunderstorms certainly possible, and the winds will start to pick up to 60 kilometers per hour out of the northwest. It's a cooler wind. And as these cells of showers and thunderstorms push through, it will drop the temperature fast. So yes, we're looking at a high of 20. That will be around 1 o'clock, but then we'll quickly drop down to 14 later in the afternoon. Your full forecast is just ahead.
Thanks, Danielle. Several school kids were hurt on a field trip to a water park. What witnesses saw and what seems to be behind the incident that injured 12 children.
You're watching CTV News, Calgary.
What seems to be a serious electrical incident at a popular BC water park sent a dozen children to hospital. 2 children were airlifted to hospital from Cultus Water Park. 10 others were taken via ground ambulance. All are in stable condition. Coquitlam Middle School students were there on a field trip. Children were waiting in line for the 0 to 60 ride with their hands on the rail when it happened. BC Hydro sent crews to the scene due to an electrical issue on the customer side of the electrical service.
They had burns. What we heard is that they were electrocuted. They grabbed the bar outside and they couldn't let go because they were getting electrocuted.
There's a queuing area at the bottom of that ride with railing, and that when they made contact with there, that's where the incident occurred for a brief time. And that's the space of time that there seemed to be an anomaly. That's what they're investigating right now. It appears to be electrical.
All those injured were suffering from serious but not life-threatening injuries.
Witnesses praised the efforts of staff and first responders. The park will remain closed for at least the next 48 hours, so officials can try to figure out what went wrong. Calgary's downtown office conversion program is reopening to accept funding applications. The city says this time $25 million is available for eligible conversion projects. The program began after the pandemic, converting underused office buildings into housing. 21 conversion projects have removed 2.7 million square feet of office space from the market. Calgarians are planting 10,000 trees this year to help the city add to its tree canopy. It's part of the Branching Out program, which began in 2019 with 500 trees. The growing demand from Calgarians mean the city has been able to increase the number of free trees it hands out each year. The goal is to increase our urban canopy by 16%. The city says the best way to do that is to use private land, and the results benefit everyone.
Stormwater retention is a good thing that trees help with by slowing down stormwater runoff. but also shading, so it helps cool down homes and the people underneath the trees that sit in the shade, as well as adding a lot of biodiversity, so like habitat for wildlife.
Staff also gave information on planting and watering the trees. The last chance to get free trees this summer is next weekend, when Southwest residents can pick up their trees. Rain over the past month has southern Alberta farmers excited for the growing season. The latest crop report shows 86% of cropland in the south has either good or excellent soil moisture. Much of the groundwater beneath farmlands has also been restored. That moisture will give farmers breathing room in July and August.
I've said it before, Mother Nature really makes our paycheck for us. So even fields that you can irrigate on a dry year, it doesn't do as good as if you get the rainfall from the sky. So it's been a big relief getting this rain that we have, and we'll be grateful to get some more whenever we get the chance.
More rain is expected later this week, but not as much as earlier this month. And there could be some active weather tomorrow, and Danielle will have the details in her forecast coming up next.
Well, we certainly had some heat today. Check out these daytime highs. 24 for Calgary, 25 for Brooks and through Lethbridge, and 26 Drumheller, Medicine Hat, Milk River. A lot of heat in southern Alberta, absolutely. And we had mainly calm winds for much of the day. By 4:30 p.m., these were the maximum wind gusts, so under 40 kilometers per hour. In some localized spots, we did pick up later in the day as some of this pushed on in. So we have seen a couple isolated showers in southern Alberta. We've also seen this move up QE2. This is less intense as to what's expected for tomorrow. Tomorrow will be a more intense day. We have the chance of even those more severe storms and certainly a very gusty day. The winds, especially closer to the Saskatchewan border, very gusty, up to 80, even 90 kilometers per hour. And for Calgary, at least 60 kilometer per hour gusts. So it will be a windy day as the core part of the system starts to move down. So even in the morning hours down QE2, we're going to see rainfall, potentially some embedded thunderstorms. This should arrive in Calgary around 1 in the afternoon. We could see some thunderstorm activity in the city. Less likely we'll get severe thunderstorms. More likely along QE2 and along Trans-Canada towards Medicine Hat is where we may see even more active weather and larger size hail, stronger wind gusts, bigger downpours. All right, then as we head into Wednesday, we'll have some isolated showers in southern Alberta. And then in the morning hours, this is Wednesday morning, and then we have the potential for more showers in the afternoon, and then even the risk some embedded thunderstorms in this as well. Less intense though for Wednesday. So the winds will be a little calmer. I mean, still a little on the gusty side at 50 kilometers per hour in the city, but the storms will be less intense and more isolated as well. All right, tomorrow. Some sunny breaks in the morning, clouds increasing throughout the late morning hours, and by 1 o'clock we get into the risk of showers, thunderstorm activity. In the afternoon, the gusts pick up to at least 60 kilometers per hour. Our daytime high will be 20 degrees, but by the time this starts to roll in, it will drop our temperatures fast. So we'll be down to 14 degrees in the afternoon. Just 17 for Wednesday, still a little on the windy side, chance of showers and thunderstorms, a little less sunshine for Wednesday as well. And then Thursday and Friday, pretty stable. 17 for Thursday, 20 for Friday. Another system does kick in for the weekend, and for Saturday that looks like more consistent widespread rainfall, 10 to 15 millimeters possible.
Thanks, Danielle. Less than 3 weeks away from Calgary's Stampede, thousands of people visited the grounds for a new event focused on rodeo and Indigenous culture. We'll show you some of the action.
And they're going to clinch it appropriately with a total team effort and a shutout. The Carolina Hurricanes have won the Stanley Cup.
Now, the Hurricanes won their first Stanley Cup in 20 years yesterday. Carolina shut out the Golden Knights 3-0 to win the series in 6 games. Taylor Hall scored the game-winning goal and hoisted the cup last night. He was born in Calgary before moving to Ontario. Hall was drafted first overall in 2010, and as you can see by these photos, he has fulfilled his childhood dream. There was a Calgary connection at the FIFA World Cup this afternoon. Drew Fisher made his debut at the tournament as the 4th official at the game between Saudi Arabia and Uruguay. The 45-year-old is a 2-time Major League Soccer Referee of the Year. He was also a video assistant official at the World Cup in 2022. A new event debuted this weekend. The Calgary Stampede First Nations Rodeo and Relay brought together top Indigenous rodeo athletes for one night of competition. Amy Stalker reports.
Almost 7,500 people cheered on the athletes at the first ever Calgary Stampede First Nations Rodeo and Relay.
This is what every little kid dreams about when they come in and see these big chutes of Calgary, and to be able to ride here is pretty amazing.
It featured disciplines you see at the Calgary Stampede, like saddle bronc riding and steer wrestling, and one you won't, the relay race.
The relay races are a 3-man team. You have 2 guys holding horses and 1 rider, and he'll make a round around the track. He'll come and switch horses, go another round, and come and finish on his 3rd horse, and it's all about horsemanship, speed, and athleticism.
The seeds for this event were sown at last year's Rotary International Convention. The Stampede staged a few relays, and they were a big hit.
We don't have the capacity to add more to Stampede time, so we thought, let's create a standalone event. We know they love rodeo, we know our community loves relay, let's build it into a First Nations rodeo relay event.
The INFR is celebrating 50 years, and for some, Calgary was the best spot to mark the occasion.
What an incredible event. The crowd here, the atmosphere was crazy. It started from the second it started till the minute it ended.
It's awesome, bro. I think it's going to be good if they have it next year again. It's nothing but good things and good vibes right now.
One of the keys to its success is family.
The kids are competing with mom and dad and competing with grandma and grandpa, so we're one of the only associations to do that in the whole country.
Organizers say it's important to remember who came before the Stampede was here.
The nations of Treaty 7 gathered in this place, and I think it's important for us to continue to celebrate that, to acknowledge it, and to bring our community together in celebration of sport and culture.
The evening also celebrated Indigenous culture with a marketplace, plus drumming and dancing performances. Amy Stalker, CTV News, Calgary.
Chinook Centre is preparing to host the city's largest Stampede breakfast again. This year it's on July 4th and starts at 7 a.m. Organizers expect to serve 26,000 pancakes, offer live entertainment, and a chance to see the Grey Cup as the city prepares to host the event in November. Chinook Centre has been hosting a Stampede breakfast since it opened in 1960. Thanks for staying up late with us.